Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Step Up. And on this channel here, we talk anything and everything around you stepping up in your business, whether it is you at a personal level or just being able to step up onto the next page. And today I want us to talk about networking, the fundamentals of networking and why it's important. Because for you as a business owner, networking is one of those key fundamentals that you need to be having so that you can be able to step up your business into whatever that you are wanting it to be. So I want to put a disclaimer. I was never good at networking before. So networking, it was a very foreign concept to me, but I actually realized that as I started understanding what they were talking about networking, it actually came natural to me at a later point. But in the beginning, it was very, very difficult. What I'm trying to say here is that once you start harnessing the skill, it can become natural because all of us today, we are potentially in a networking one or the other without us even knowing. But now, after you've watched this video, hopefully you can start to doing it in a professional manner so that you know exactly what you're looking for. And when you see it, you can be able to go and attack it. That's the whole point of networking. Going out there to identify what you're looking for so that when you see it, you can then be able to attack it for the purposes of your business. My name is TJ. I own a couple of businesses, and out of that, I started off just being an employee. Potentially, you're an employee today. I started off just like that, and I was trying to figure out how can I make money on the side, and eventually it became a business. And that's my goal on this channel, to move you from being an E as an employee, and hopefully you can become an I being an investor, but also becoming a business owner, putting up systems so that that business can work for you instead of you working for money. That's my big goal. If I can afford that, to do that, for me, I am sure you can do the same too. Well, let us start off by talking about the networking part. I'll try to aim to give you around about 7 things what you can do, and within these 7 things you can practically start doing now. The markets have been opened. We are now allowed to go out there and network with people and meet people in events and things like that. So all of these tips that I'm going to be giving you today, it is things that you can already start to do. Well, number 1, let us identify a network where we want to meet or where we are comfortable to go and meet other people. There are so many networks that are out there. But the question that we might be asking ourselves is, what is a network? Because potentially you have not been exposed to it as a network, so you're thinking hard around it, and it's like, what is a network? And that's what exactly I did in the beginning when people were saying, we're going to meet people, we're going to network, we're going to do business at a network. And I'm like, where are these networks? Right? So let me decrypt it a little bit. Right. When you go to a bottle store to drink, it is a network. What is a network? 2 or more people are gathered for one purpose. It's a network, right? Where people fellowship for their spiritual feeding, it's a network. Where mummies meet at the clinic, it's a network. Where people, you get the drift. For as long as people are gathering, it's a network. Now, there are networks that has different niches to it. So obviously, you now need to identify the one that speaks to you and what you're trying to do. Obviously, as a newbie, you want to be in the network that's going to feed you so that you can learn. And the more that you have now started learning, you might want to find networks where you can add value. So that's a different network. You're adding value to those networks, or you're looking for business in those networks. So there are kind of like 3 to 4 different types of networks, but what are you looking for, and where can you find those networks, and what are you there for? So point number 1 is looking for the network. Point number 2 is actually, when you have identified the network, how best can you prepare for the network? So what is it that you need from that network? But before you go to the actual network, what do you need? Okay, simple things like, yes, maybe you might be buying for a ticket, but what do you need? How do you want to pitch up at that network so that you can prepare today? So maybe you want to wear your t-shirts with your company logo. So do you have one? Maybe you want to get there and you give out your business cards. So do you have business cards? So maybe you want to get there and give people flyers of your business. So have you created flyers? So there is stuff that you may need to prepare before the actual event of the network. That was my point number 2. Point number 3 is, what are you looking for at this network? Whatever that you're looking for, then you need to be best prepared so that when you see it, you can be able to go for it. In some cases, we might go to a network week in, week out, but we don't see what we are looking for. It doesn't matter. It's all about hunting and hunting. At some point, you are going to win. Point number 4 is being at the network itself. So you are now there. So how do you behave? So back in the days, I literally used to get to a networking session and I would get there like on the time of the networking session, and then boom, before it leaves, I leave. But that's not networking. Networking is that be early. So the networking is starting at 6 o'clock, be there 30 minutes before. The networking is finished at 9 o'clock, leave later, right? So all of this is in the bid of maximizing your opportunity of connecting with people. So remember, at a networking, you are not there to give out your life histories and your bios and all of those nice things. You are just there to connect and network with people and looking for what you are looking for. Point number 5 is that within this networking, you are going to connect with as many people that you can for that night, for that day, for that breakfast, whatever the case is. If you can connect with everyone and get everyone's number or email address, you have done your job as someone else who went out to network. The next thing that I want to speak to, which is point number 6, is that when you have connected with people, you now have their details. What you can now do is to research a little bit about those individuals. This is the aftermath of the network. So you connect with them, and now you start searching who are they, what do they do. So for instance, I've got so many stuff that's out there in the public. With that is public knowledge for you to understand who I am. When you then come through to me, which is my point number 7, is that how can you add value to my life or to my business? Because there is so many people that are trying to connect with me. So what is the differentiator between you and other people? I may not see value in what you're bringing across because I don't know you. So people might not know you, but if they don't know you, maybe your sweet spot of connecting with someone is to offer them value on what they are looking for. The moment you offer value to them, then you may want to meet intentionally. So you know what you are going to give them value on. So for instance, if it's with me, I know who you are. So maybe I am going to give you my book for free. I'm giving you value. My book is worth 157. I'm going to drive to you to come and give you my book. I'm connecting with you. I'm being intentional around it. And over and above that, I can now then be able to create a relationship with you for the purposes of what I am looking for. Maybe for those things you're not seeing because you don't know me. I hope this video has made sense. And this is my 7th step in which I can literally connect with other people from a networking, or should I say how I've utilized networking to create relationships with people and to create relationships that has added value not value from friendship perspective, but also from a business perspective. My goal, remember, on this channel is to make sure that you can step up your game. So this here, products and everything else that we do in our business, it's just products. Without the relationship, with connecting with people, you have no business. My name is TJ. It's great hanging out with you. Let me know if this information has been great to you. And in the comments, you can hit me up whether you agree or disagree with it, or whether you want to validate it. Or don't forget to subscribe on the channel before you go. We will see you on the next video.